Hi everyone, my name is Ben Reed and I'm a 3x Exetive founder. 3 weeks prior to my 30th birthday, I sold my business for 30 million. Now, let me pull up something just to show you proof of that before I get into my story and my journey onto that exit. Hi everyone, as promised, just showing you some proof. So the company that I started in June 2020 was Diamond Whites Aligners. We were acquired for 30 million in February 2023, 3 weeks prior to my 30th birthday. Here you have a news article from tech.eu. Alongside this, we have another from the Business Sale Report. Okay, so Diamond Whites Aligners was ultimately a business that I launched in June 2020. We got off to a fantastic start, achieving 3.2 million in our first year, 6.9 million in our second year, and we were then acquired by a larger business based in 7 countries globally for 30 million, as you saw from the previous video. Now, my background, if you haven't seen my story before in my previous videos, is ultimately 10 years in the financial services industry, where I worked for multiple investment banks, starting my journey at Standard Bank, which went on to be acquired by ICBC, becoming ICBC Standard Bank. I then moved into Santander on their global market side, and following that, I moved on to Silicon Valley Bank. However, in 2012, I started a over-the-counter teeth whitening brand, and our primary focus was selling direct to consumers over-the-counter teeth whitening products, which we later then sold in the likes of Superdrugs and Tesco's. However, ultimately, it was a very low average order value, and I grew quite frustrated with that market. I knew that in order to change the business, I needed to pivot, and that's what led me to starting Diamond Whites Aligners in June 2020. We managed to achieve fantastic results. Now, ultimately, that's down to the experience that I've had previously. So to give you my background, on top of the investment banking side, I've had a number of startups in the direct-to-consumer space, in the vitamin category, the men's hair grooming category, the makeup category, and as mentioned before, the teeth whitening category. I've gone on to exit 3 of those businesses, and ultimately, this was my last acquisition. I stepped in as UK CEO for the acquiring company and launched physical locations across the UK, a total of 11 clinics from Scotland all the way down to London. Now, I've now completely stepped down from daily operations. I've now moved to Dubai with my family and starting a new chapter. However, I still want to remain active and help others start, scale / grow their business, fundraise, exit, whatever it may be. I have 10 years of experience in the direct-to-consumer and business category, alongside the financial services, creating the perfect formula to help you grow and scale your business. So what I've done so far is I've built out a bit of an academy to teach you everything you need to know from the A to Z on doing exactly that. And now I've put everything in here that I would want to know if I was starting out today. And for full transparency, I wish I did this a lot sooner in terms of actually getting education myself. Some of the stuff I know today, I didn't know 5 years in, I didn't know 2 years in, and I didn't know 8 years in. Ultimately, you're learning something new every single day, and it's very important, in my opinion, with the access to knowledge today online, to educate yourself so that you can take 5 steps forward in a pace that would have been 1 step historically. If you're out there learning yourself, look, I've had a couple of fails, a couple of companies that I set up that unfortunately I had to close down, and I don't actually refer to them as fails, I refer to them as lessons. Ultimately, you're always learning and you can always improve what you're doing, but you're going to make mistakes along the way. Now, I'm not saying that by me helping you, you're not going to make mistakes, but we're going to limit those, and we're going to give you the education you need in order to speed up and accelerate that growth, and ultimately, in turn, your revenue or your exit number, depending on your plan. So let me show you a little bit about the Academy, what I've built so far, and take you through effectively the A to Z. Now, on top of that, this is the start of the Academy. Stuff will be added frequently based on conversations with yourself. You also have the ability to add strategy calls with myself in a number of different ways. So whether it's one call or many calls, that's completely down to you. Or solely you can do the Academy on itself. But ultimately, I'm here to help you grow your business and become successful. Hi everyone, as promised, just showing you the Academy. Ultimately, this is a full A to Z and a total of 42 lessons and modules today. Now, as mentioned earlier, this is something that's going to grow. It's going to grow with time. It's going to grow when something comes up that I haven't added yet, or a new topic that you want to add, I will personally add here. Now, we have a number of different modules, but it starts effectively from getting started. Now, I appreciate that some people may already be active. They may already have a business, but this takes you back to the basics and ultimately allows you to understand if you skipped any steps. And sometimes that's what you need to do. You need to take it back to the drawing board and understand absolutely everything. So whilst you may have a business today, it's definitely worth taking a look at these. Just going to slowly flick through. We have more underneath this here. You've got launching your business, launch prep, your go-to-market plan. And again, whilst I appreciate some of you may be on the journey to start your business, there is no harm taking it back to the basics. You've really got to understand that your business is doing everything it can and you're taking a look at it from the outside in, a bird's eye view effectively. So this is really useful for everyone, and it's something that I quite regularly do. What would I want to do in my existing business if I was going to start again today? Improvements, efficiencies, improve P&L, and ultimately improve your business from a customer perspective, from your perspective, and ultimately potential for future exit, future growth, whatever it may be. Technology and software. So ultimately there's a lot of in here that I've learned over the years. You may already know, you may not know, but some very useful tools in how to scale, track, market using technology and software. On top of that, we touch on various different data points from a customer data perspective, customer acquisition cost, cost per lead, time to purchase. Now, narrowing down on that time to purchase, historically I came from, my last business was quite a long time to purchase. It was over 4 weeks with a high average order value of £1,500 to £2,000. Now, that makes it very difficult to track patients. It makes it extremely hard given the changes in iOS of recent, and everything is outside of that 7-day click window that the likes of Meta, etc. offer. It makes it almost impossible. However, I was able to build custom tools to really track our customer prior to them actually giving us any details such as email, number, and it really helped us understand our customer journey, but also understand where our customer came from a first click, a last click, or whatever that may be that you need to understand further. Automation. Another huge point for me is automating, and I touched on that on a previous video, and I'm giving you everything I've done here. Marketing, the different types of marketing, and what I would do today to really break through and ensure that you're penetrating your market. The funnel, where I think you should be from an ad spend split, where I was, where we are in terms of revenue versus marketing spend, and where you should be to ensure your business grows but is profitable. Financial forecasting and debt, the different types of debt, and how debt can really be two things. It could be a double-edged sword. It can help your business, but it could also be one of your worst nightmares if not done correctly and taken on a risk-based approach. Fundraising. So I've raised over 2 million from VCs, high net worths and corporates to date, and I will show you exactly how you should start your journey to fundraising. Getting into retail. Ultimately, I've been listed into the likes of Superdrug and Tesco's across the UK, over 600 stores, and I'm showing you exactly how you can potentially get listed in retail. So there's a lot in here. All of these courses go into different segments, detailing exactly everything you need to know about that type of topic. So if you're interested in learning more, if you want to book some strategy calls with me, if you want to grow your business, please reach out. The link is below and I will help you today.